So you want to write a book, but have absolutely no idea where to start? Trust me, this is the predicament I've been in for 15 years. I've had a fantasy series percolating in my head since I was 14, but it's always been just a dream to me. But last week, I picked up A Court of Thorns and Roses for like the 4th time and found out something crazy about Sarah J. Maas.
You started writing this book when you were 16 years old?
Yes.
Wait, what? If you've never heard of Sarah J. Maas, she is the author of the massively popular ACOTAR series and is considered the mother of Romanticism, a genre where fairies engage in equal parts magic and smut.
Hearing when she wrote her first book honestly made me feel so jealous. I think this is a really good thing because jealousy means that I am ready to start taking my writing seriously. What if I tried Sarah J. Maas's daily writing routine for myself? If she can pump out all of these thick, creative books in such a timely manner, then maybe I should be using her structure to see if it'll help me begin my own novel. So let's get started. Okay, first we need to know what her daily routine is.
According to my research, Sarah J. Maas first wakes up, has breakfast, and copious amounts of coffee. Then she does the daily New York Times crossword puzzle. Then she goes into her writing cave and writes until dinner time. And at the end of the day, she unwinds with a TV show.
I am gonna go to sleep and get a good night's rest so I can get up in the morning and do this really, really well. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. Today I am starting off with breakfast and coffee, just like Sarah J. Maas. Where is the coffee? Yes. Here we go. Okay. I found this recipe from like a YouTube short, and it's such a good combination for extra protein, which if I'm gonna be writing all day, like I need the extra protein. Cheers. It's really good. Also, cannot forget the coffee. Sarah J. Maas drinks a lot of coffee. So good.
So after breakfast, Sarah J. Maas will warm up her brain with the New York Times crossword puzzle. Apparently she's become a bit of a crossword nerd over the past few years, which I find kind of cute.
I haven't done a crossword puzzle since I was 7. I am a crossword noob, so I chose an ACOTAR themed crossword puzzle. Let's see how I do. 14, he is our favorite shadow singer and spy. He is a small bee. Azriel. Done. I finished it. Woo. This actually did wake up my brain. At first I was like, why would she start with like a crossword? But like it made the juices start running. So I feel kind of like revved to like actually start writing. So that's like really cool. Okay. Next.
Finally, it was time to transition to the writing phase of the day. But there was one problem. Everywhere I looked, Sarah J. Maas mentioned a writing cave that she worked in, a whimsical room filled with books and baubles and posters and drawings, all designed to create a magical space to spark her inspiration. I had nothing of the sort, which means that before I could start writing the Sarah J. Maas way, I needed to build a writing cave.
I don't really have the time or budget to transform my entire room into a writing cave, so I'm just gonna focus on this little area on my desk. I am a renter, so I can't really like decorate so much, but I did ask permission to see if I can like turn a little bit of my room into a writing cave, and the people I rent from said yes. Okay, all right, let's get started. I need more sources of light, and obviously I'm not gonna buy a lamp because I'm cheap right now. So I found these fairy lights that I bought when I was 21. Boom. Boom! Liquid magic in a jar. Oh my God, it's looking so good already. It's done. Oh my gosh. I can totally understand why Sarah J. Maas writes in a little writing cave full of inspiration, because these are just full of things that I love and that just like takes me to another world. I feel like I'm in my little writing cave. Let me take you on a little tour. We have a little hanbok bookmark that my friend Eugene got me from Korea. We have Nesta, Feyre's sister in the ACOTAR series. Then we have Rhysand and Feyre, which are the main characters of ACOTAR. Then we have books that I love. We have Inkheart, The Goose Girl, a gorgeous version of Pride and Prejudice, and Assassin's Apprentice. And then of course we have pages of Madeline Miller's The Song of Achilles that I dissected, and I feel no remorse. None whatsoever. It is finally time to write. I'm a little nervous, but we shall do it.
Surprisingly, Sarah J. Maas doesn't have a word count for each day. Instead, she sets scene goals, hoping to finish a specific amount of scenes per day.
So I'm not on that story writing phase yet. I'm still in the world building phase. So I'm gonna pick 2 elements from my world to world build today. The first one is going to be the magical mail delivery system. How do people deliver mail in my world? And then if I have time, I am going to start on an overview of how fashion is used politically throughout different eras of history for one country in my world, which might be kind of very ambitious, but I also have never allotted this much time to actually working on my novel. So this is going to be like a good litmus test to see how much I can actually get done.
But as I started writing, I was suddenly hit with the problem that I never had before on this particular project. I had gotten writer's block. The writing suddenly felt very real to me, and I started second-guessing all of my world-building decisions. Did my mail system make sense? Did a system made of magic even need to make that much sense? Seeing how stuck I was, I turned to Sarah J. Maas to see what she would do in such a situation.
When I am stuck in a manuscript, and I have no idea what the hell, how I got there and how to fix it, I will take out my notebook. I have one of those decomposition notebooks. I sell them at Whole Foods, and I will write it out by hand, literally like as if I'm talking to myself, why I am stuck, what I saw happening, why is it not working, and start writing down random ideas. And then I love that feeling where things start to come together.
I figured out the problem that I was having. I am creating this really whimsical, magical world, and I'm just worried that the system that I just created, is it believable enough? How much of magic can just be nonsense? So I feel like the answer to my problem is if I just infuse a little bit of logic into my whimsical, nonsensical system, it will lend credence to this soft world building that I'm creating.
Having accomplished a big chunk of world building, I decided it was time for a break.
Sarah J. Maas usually takes a walk, she works out. I want to play basketball. I haven't played basketball since I was in high school, and high school was 11 years ago. I don't have a basketball. I have this handball, so we're gonna play basketball with a handball. My first shot! Oh God. Do you want to be in my YouTube video? Because double shot. Ow. Okay. You know what? I did get some shots in there, so that's pretty good for someone who hasn't played basketball in 11 years.
There was still a few hours of daylight left before dinner, so I tried to finish as much world building as I could. I didn't manage to trace my world's fashion history the way I wanted to today, but I did sketch out an intricate mail delivery system, and that felt pretty magical.
Done. That was my first real writing day. That feels so cool. I'm so proud of myself. I've been pushing off this dream for too long, and I'm finally starting it. Okay.
It was so cool to watch my world taking shape today. I figured out how people send letters, how they deliver packages, and even though I'm definitely not writing an urban fantasy, I created this adorable way that characters in my world can magically text. It's just really cool to see how a little bit of structure could help me get so much work done.
So it's after the work day, it's post-dinner time. I'm having some post-dinner cherries. Sarah J. Maas, usually at this time, unwinds with her husband and a TV show.
She says that watching a story unfold in a different medium can help take her mind away from her work, as well as help spark her creativity.
I don't have a husband, But I do have Gabriel. Gabriel, will you be my husband? No, I don't care if you had prior plans. You're my stuffed animal, you do as what I say. I don't care if I sound authoritarian, this is my home. Just a lover's spat.
I'm currently watching Ryan Trahan's Traveling 50 States in 50 Days series on YouTube. Watching this series feels so wholesome and restores my faith in the goodness of the world, and I'm genuinely going to be so sad when it ends.
Copies of the day. If you missed it last night, we revealed that we made a New England bucket list. We are from Texas and New England.
So overall, how was this writing routine for me? Was I actually able to work on my novel with my ADHD raging? And the answer is absolutely yes. This routine had multiple parts that let my roving mind rest, while allowing time to buckle down and create, just the way I like it.
Like, I know that writing a novel is not always going to feel this fun. Like, the more I get into it, it's going to feel like a struggle sometimes, and it's going to feel like work. But despite all of that, writing just feels like a struggle that is so worth it to me. Just doing this experiment taught me how excited I am for my future and the choices that I'm making. And I just can't wait to see where this journey is going to lead me on. So thank you for following along, and I hope to see you in the next one.